Alright, hey, it's Jackson, Helpful Dad. Again, we wanted to show you some options for when your toddler gets old enough to ride and he has multiple things to choose from. So these are some of the vehicles that Jax has been able to enjoy. So you can see you've got a little, we get individual videos on each of these as well too, but you can see you've got the Cars push car, you've got a Schwinn tricycle, you've got a Thomas the Train scooter, as well as a Fisher-Price lights and sounds vehicle. So obviously when your toddler is young, around the 1 to 2 age, this vehicle right here, the Cars vehicle, would be a great option because they can walk behind it or they can ride on it. But as they get older, you're going to want to look at one of the other options right here. And of course, you know, just tackling the scooter issue, they have to be able to have sufficient balance. We recommend that they do, you know, wear a helmet as well too, but it does have 2 wheels on the front. And obviously when they get older, they're going to go with just the 2 wheels overall instead of 3 wheels overall. So this is good, but it does teach them a sense of balance, but you don't want them to do it unless they really you know, have a pretty good balance to begin with. So let's look at these other 2 right here, which is the Schwinn tricycle, which an adult can actually push behind you, or the Fisher-Price lights and sounds. These really, that's a kind of a big wheel right there, but these final 2 right here are the ones that you're probably going to look at when they're more like Jax's age, 2.5. He just turned 3. He is 39 inches tall, and that's important in terms of the height, because in order to ride the big wheel, they do need to be about, you know, 38 inches or so for their feet to be able to touch the pedals. This big wheel right here actually has 3 different seat options, and you can see you just change the seat on the back right there, and he's on the highest one, and his feet do reach it, but you know, not, I mean, they reach it fine, but if he was any shorter, it might be a little bit of an issue. That same issue is for the tricycle as well too. However, on the tricycle you can have the parent push in the back right here, and the child could put their feet down here. So that's something to consider there as well too. That being said though, if I had to choose between the tricycle and the big wheel, if the child was large enough, tall enough I mean, I would actually choose the big wheel. And the main reason why is because of the center of gravity and the base. It's got a lower center of gravity and a wider base compared to the Schwinn tricycle. I've noticed on the Schwinn tricycle and on the radio flyers, things of that nature, these tend to actually tip over. This happened multiple times, you know, with Jackson, and he has never had any kind of a major injury or anything, but it certainly is possible. And the thing is, they give you a seatbelt right here, but it actually sometimes is detrimental because when they're strapped in, if the actual bike tips over, then they're kind of stuck in there and they can't really get off. So you want to keep in mind, be aware of that. Unless you get like the Smart Trike or something, which is kind of has this big contraption that kind of gates them in, that doesn't mean the bike still can't tip over. They're just, you know, kind of stuck in right there, and so they're also they're more expensive as well too. The Fisher-Price Lights and Sounds tricycle, this happens to be the Hot Wheels version. You can get it in a Dora version, Thomas the Tank, multiple different options right there, even Diego. You know, this is really, I think, a better way to go, and they'll have more fun. So again, you definitely want to consider that big wheel if you're looking at something that's going to be a stable base and actually lots of fun. And in addition, you know, the tricycle doesn't have any interactive options, whereas the big wheel, you know, you got a lot of different lights and sounds right here that you can do. And of course, if it was darker, you could see it, but you know, you've got musical options.
Get ready to roll.
And it's a lower price. So give that a whirl, Jax. Let's see you get on there. Can you ride your big wheel, buddy? Whoa! Push it on through. There you go. Okay, let's see you pedal. Yeah, man, you're going fast. And you can see how he's got a really stable base right there. Sits back. It's very comfortable. He can pedal really good. Like I said, he is 39 inches, and you know, it's good stuff. And also, it's pretty easy for him to push around. He can ride this thing indoors and out, and it's a great option. And he can go backwards quite easily as well too. So, do you enjoy that, Jax? Yeah.